Text, From Student to Superheroes. Elizabeth Henstridge, B.A. Drama and Theatre Arts, 2009. Actor, director, and star of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I just loved theatre, and I fell in love with Shakespeare. I was in plays at school, in drama club, but I wanted to make sure, I wanted to try to be sensible if I could. So it felt like a degree in drama and theatre arts could be quite a sensible thing to do. And I was really attracted to the course at Birmingham because it encompassed so many parts of the theatre and literature and the history of the arts, and that felt like something that would be really good for my soul and my brain.
Text, Elizabeth played biochemist Gemma Simmons in 7 seasons of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
It's great to be part of the Marvel Universe. You know, I would have imagined something like this would feel quite intimidating, but it's never felt that way. It's always felt very welcoming. My superpower of choice would be teleportation. I'd want to be able to click my fingers and be there. It's really nice too that to have been on a show for so long, to get to see the progression of Simmons being quite like the comedic relief scientist too. She's still a scientist, but now she's kind of fighting the bad guys as well. It's kind of a fun take that maybe scientists don't get to play out that in real life. I wasn't really aware when I was taking the role or auditioning for the role that Simmons would end up being a role model for people that wanted to go into science. And I think part of that is because I come from a family of science women. My mom's a doctor, my grandma was a doctor, and so I think it's always been a part of my upbringing. I did 3 sciences at A-level. I was thinking about going to university to study medicine. That's always been a passion of mine, and so I think that was a reason I was drawn to the role of Simmons. And I didn't really realise that impact of her being a role model for people wanting to go into science until I got asked that question, and people would come and say, oh, I'm doing science at school because I want to be like Simmons. And I think that's wonderful. I was just so lucky that I guess had those role models within my sphere.
Text, From Actor to Director.
Acting versus directing, they're very different in a way, and you know, very similar. As the director, it's a bit more, you are the artist, but there's the other accounting side of your brain that has to be ticking away at the same time. So it's interesting. So a lot of crossover skills.
Text, Student life.
My first year I lived in Shackleton Hall. My closest girlfriends are all from University of Birmingham. That's where we met. And we were all in different halls, and all our different personalities sort of still fit our first year halls. So that was quite fun.
Wearing a bandana for a costume on stage. Touching her temple as she hides behind a pillar while another actor speaks to her. Leaning against a post in a green dress. Sitting in bandana and baggy shirt as another actor in a yellow and blue jersey squats down behind her.
What I enjoyed the most, I think, was the societies you could do. So I was in so many clubs and the drama societies. I was in a drama society called Infinity, and we would put on plays and events and raise money for a charity each year. And that just taught me so much, to be on a committee. And I started as a committee member, and then I think in the end I ended up being the president of the society. And then you get to really put together all your skills that you've learned on your course and understand what your voice is. It's a hard thing to give advice because everybody's journey is so different. But what advice I would have loved right at the start was, if you can be at home with yourself, if you can feel confident and comfortable in your own skin without validation from anyone else, you will be way ahead of the curve.
Text, University of Birmingham. Copyright University of Birmingham 2023. Produced by Creative Media -24555.